Yo, what's going on guys, it is Tom, welcome back to a brand new video, and this is the finale of my F1 2015 live cockpit career mode, and it has been a long season in this full season, but we are finally here. This is the last race of the season, and crucially, the World Drivers' Championship is in our hands. So all we've got to do is make sure that we get, I'd say, within the top 5, and that should be pretty much comfortable enough to win the championship, unless Rosberg wins the race. Therefore, we probably have to get a podium just to keep ourselves in check. But right now, as it stands, if you have missed any of the previous races, guys, and you're new and you haven't watched any of the episodes of the series, now I do recommend you go check out the entire playlist in the description down below for yourselves, and then you catch up on any of the episodes you may have missed, and just generally understand how the championship has gone, and then you understand how we've got to this point. Now, I'm going to spoil it right now and say, right now, as we speak, Rosberg is obviously 11 points behind me in the championship, so I'm in the lead by 11 points. So pretty much, unless Rosberg wins, then I'm going to be pretty comfortable with this race. And even if Rosberg does win, I'm pretty confident with this Force India that we can do the job. So we're going to jump into qualifying and let's see how we can line up for the last race of the season. Okay, so here we go then. Raikkonen goes fastest. I was going to say Rosberg did the job. He was on pole position. Now Raikkonen's taken pole from him. Here we go then across the line. Where do we go? P5. Wow, okay. So 1.6 off, which is a lot, but still P5. So the Mercedes and the Ferraris really have cranked up their engines, so to speak, and they've really pushed. But P5, I want to go a little bit better than that, so I think I'm probably going to go back out later on in the session. So we're going to go back to the pit lane, put a new set of super soft tyres in the car, and we're going to see if we can try and challenge for pole position. Right, I'm on an absolute stonker of a lap. It might not be first place, but if you look, I've dropped down to P9, so I need to respond. I need a big lap. Down to P10 now, through the final corner. Come on, let's try and find some traction here. Nice and wide there. Cross the line. Here we go there. Where does it put us? P5. 7/10 of pole position, who was actually Kimi Raikkonen. So Rosberg, I don't think, got pole. So we're going to take that. There's a good result from us. And the best we could have done there. Tried our hardest, but the Mercedes and the Ferraris there really did give us a run for our money. And they really seem to crank up the engine, especially Mercedes. And looking at the final top 10, Felipe Massa, they get an incredible 3rd place. And Vettel all the way down in 7th place. So a bit of a mixed grid there. And our teammate Sergio Perez picking up 10th place there. Also very good qualifying from him. But crucially, Rosberg is not on pole position, so let's just see how that shapes up in the race. But obviously, we have a tendency to have pretty poor starts in this career mode, so we need to see how we negotiate that at the start. And overall, there's a lot of pressure on, so we're going to go into the race and let's see how we get on for the last race of the season. So here we are then. This is it. This is the finale. This is where it all comes to a head. Here at Abu Dhabi, the last race of the season, a day-to-night race, absolutely fantastic venue for a final race of the season, and overall the twilight is going to be absolutely fantastic here. I cannot wait. It's in our hands, so we've got nothing to lose, except unless we have a major problem, and we've got to keep an eye on Rosberg to see what he does. We've got a strategy in our head. I think we're going to go for a free stop because this Force India generally does struggle a lot with tyre wear, and we're going to keep it safe, and all we need to do is just have a decent result. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the race. Alright, here we go then. Take it nice and easy on the start. I'm just going to take it nice and cool. Make sure we don't have a really bad start. It would be bad anyway, but make sure it's not really bad. We're going to go to the inside, try and fend off Kvyat. And Vettel's going to be on our outside here, just boxed in temporarily. We're going to try and take the inside line. Vettel was still there on our outside. We just about squeezed him out. So we've only lost one place. Not too bad so far, as we now make our way through the first couple of corners. Going to try and set up Kvyat for a move here. We're going to go to the outside and dummy back to the inside. Can we make it stick up the inside here? Can we get Massa as well? That'd be fantastic. Oh, can we get him? He's still there on our inside. We've got to give him the spook. We've got to give him the race there, the room. And now going to the hairpin, run a little bit deep there. Massa's going to be on my inside. We're going to try and get some good traction here. But Massa's right on my gearbox, and I've got no slipstream at all on Lewis Hamilton. He's too far back. So here comes Massa. Here he goes. He's actually getting really fast on me here. I'm going to have to go to the inside. Go defensive. Massa's absolutely flying in a straight line though. I'm going to try and take the normal line into the braking zone. Can I stop Massa from making the move? I'm going to try cut back on him here. Make sure I get a good exit. There we go. Lovely little run over the curb there. Keeping the back end nice and stable. We should be able to return the favour to Massa here. Here we go then. Right into the slipstream. He goes defensive. I'm going to go to the outside. Can we make it around the outside here? Should be absolutely fantastic move here. We can make it stick. Massa's really good on the brakes though. Going to just hang around the outside, but it's no use. Massa's going to hold on for the time being. Going to cut back on him here though. Can I have a look up the inside? This is going to be close. Oh, I've got the move done. Went a little bit wide there, but I've got it done nevertheless. And that is us up in the P4. Oh wow, Kimi's in the pit lane, so that has released Rosberg, so that is a bit of a game changer. So Kimi's going for a bit of a different strategy. I set the fastest lap of the race. We are currently the fastest car on track. We set the fastest lap in the last 2 laps, So right now we are on it, but now that is crucial. Raikkonen has just released Rosberg. Now the question is Lewis going to overtake his teammate and screw him over? Okay, so Lewis has passed Rosberg, and Rosberg is slow. Here we go then. We're alongside Nico Rosberg. He's just going to give us a squeeze there, and we can't get past him. But Lewis is definitely the fastest of the two Mercedes. He's pulling away from his teammate Nico Rosberg, and right now we shall be in DRS of Rosberg. Question is Rosberg going to have DRS off of Lewis Hamilton, which I think he might have just got DRS. We'll have to wait and see now as we cross the DRS sign. Has Rosberg got DRS? No, he hasn't. Okay, so he hasn't got DRS on his teammate. So here we go then. We could potentially make a move here. We've got so much more speed in a straight line. We're going to pull to the inside, get on the brakes as late as we can, take the inside line, just about there, get it slowed down. We're going to hold it on the apex here, make sure Rosberg doesn't cut back on us. Problem is now Rosberg's going to have DRS on us, so we've got to take it easy here. Hopefully Rosberg hasn't got enough in the tank here to get back past us. Here he comes. He's got DRS. I'm just going to shunt him a little bit there. Let him know that I'm still defending. But Rosberg is going to get the move done. And I'm not going to fight him too hard because right now as it stands, I'm world champion. So I don't need to fight too hard here. Oh, Rosberg's in the pit lane. So Rosberg has had enough of them tyres. He clearly was not feeling it. And Lewis is staying at 1 more lap. So Rosberg is in. And now we've got to see where Rosberg feeds out relative to Kimi after we've all done our pit stop. So this is really interesting. Now Mercedes have decided to play it safe. Even though Mercedes normally favour the guys ahead, I think they've taken a risk on this one because Rosberg is obviously the guy who can win the World Championship. So they want their man to win the World Championship, so they've given him the priority to make the call for the pit lane, and he has come in. So let's see how this all plays out. Okay, so here we go then. We're going to pit in to respond to Rosberg, and Lewis is in the pit lane as well. So as you can see, we're all pitting in now. I think Vettel's in behind. There we go. So everyone's into the pit lane now. It's going to get a bit hectic here down in the pit lane. So let's see how things pan out. I think Lewis might just get held up by Vettel here. Yes, he does. Lewis gets held up quite substantially. So we might actually regain the lead here. Can we get out? Yes, we can. And we've actually jumped Lewis Hamilton, so thanks to Rosberg and Massa, we managed to jump Lewis Hamilton, so that is crucial for us. Now the question is, where is Nico Rosberg? So we have to try and just take a nice easy in this pit exit here. There's Rosberg, he's already overtaken us, he's right there on the right hand side. So Rosberg has timed it to absolute perfection, even though he's right behind Massa, and Massa side in third place. So Massa's gone for an even better undercut. I think that's Kimi up the road there, so Kimi and Massa have all gone for different strategies and it's all paid off, but right now this is going to get really tasty with all these AR and slower tyres. Here goes Rosberg up the inside of Button. I want to try and follow him through here, not to lose any time. I don't know if it will be possible or not. I'm going to try and squeeze up the inside, but no, JB's having none of it. I'm going to try and hang it around the outside here though. I'm going to get boxed in. I'm going to get boxed in by Nazar, which isn't good. Can we get the inside of Nazar here? Oh, it's going to be close. It's 3-1 with Nico Rosberg. Can we hang it around the outside? There's been contact. Nazar spun out. There's been contact. Lewis has got caught up in the contact as well. So Lewis has been caught up in the crash. And that is huge here. Even though it could have been Rosberg, a championship rival, one of the Mercedes are pretty much out of contention for the race win now. And it's a battle between Kimi, Massa, Rosberg and myself to win this race. Alright, so sit rep on lap 10. As you see, Massa's been caught up by Rosberg. Rosberg has been pulling away from me a bit, and somehow Lewis is right here. So he must have not had that bad of a crash, and he must have got away quite lightly. But here he comes though, speak of the devil himself. Lewis is right back in this race, and he's going to fly past me with DRS. I'm just going to wait and try and time it to perfection to get him back in the next DRS zone here. So Rosberg meanwhile has got past Massa, focusing trying to get a good exit out of the corner, which I have done. I've had an absolutely perfect exit, open up DRS here, and this should be a very easy re-overtake on Lewis. Just going to go to the outside, play it safe, and hopefully get past him before the braking zone, which I do. And we're back up into P4, but now we've got to try and pass Massa and not let Rosberg get away. Alright, we are right on the back of Massa here. We should pick up DRS quite easily. Just going to try and set him up for an easy run down the straight. Lewis is right on the back of us, so I think I might just let Hamilton through Massa at the same time. But here we go then. We got DRS on Massa. Question is, do I pass him around or wait? I think I'm going to wait. It's going to get right on the gearbox of Massa here, and that's been absolutely perfect. Lewis did not go for the lunge, so that was perfect. Now I'm going to try and get Massa here on the exit and hope Lewis gets stuck behind him for the time being. So here we go. We've had a perfect exit here. Now we're going to open up DRS and we're going to actually go to the inside this time on Massa. Make sure we get the move done and dusted before the braking zone. Lewis is right there. He's nowhere near close enough, so I'm going to actually put the Williams between myself and Lewis for the time being. I've had a pretty decent exit out of the chicane there, but Lewis has got DRS and he's come back at us, and I'm going to squeeze him to the inside. I'm going to go to the outside here. I'm trying to switch back on Lewis. Oh my god, he's put right on the apex. I'm trying to switch back on him there, but he parked his car right on the apex. perfect defensive driving from Lewis there. Let's see if we can try and overtake him here. And we really don't want Lewis as a rear gunner to Nico. That would be absolutely horrific. So we really need to get past Lewis straight away here. I'm going to try and line up Lewis here. Going to try and line up Lewis here for a move. Oh, back into snaps on me there. Going to have DRS on Lewis here down the straight. So that should help me out a treat, but I'm a bit far back here. I don't know if I'm going to get him into this braking zone. If I do, I'm going to try and shunt him out a bit wide to make sure he doesn't get me back straight away. Here we go then, DRS is wide open. Question is, will we get him before the braking zone? And it doesn't look like it, so just going to have to wait behind here. And we'll get him on the second go of DRS here. Just take it nice and easy, getting a good exit now through the second one. Getting right over the curb, make sure we carry as much speed through the apex as possible. And now this time we should be able to get Lewis here. DRS wide open. Going to get the slipstream. Lewis goes to the inside. I'm going to go to the outside here. So I'm going to squeeze him to the inside a bit. He's much lower on the brakes than me. I'm going to hang it around the outside anyway. What a move. Lovely stuff right there. And GG Lewis keeping it clean there. We're back up in a second. Right, here we go, then we're going to serve our second pit stop of the race. Lewis is in behind us, and Nico Rosberg's in the pit lane as well, so it looks like Mercedes have got the strategy call wrong, and this time Lewis Hamilton's going to get screwed over by the Mercedes pit mechanics, so that is not going to bode well, and Lewis is not going to like that one, but I guess Mercedes have got to do what they've got to do. There's Rosberg, he's managed to not get held up, which is a bit unfortunate. Raikkonen sets the fastest lap of the race, and he breezes past, and Lewis has been held up again there, so a horrific couple of pit stops for Lewis Hamilton there, but we rejoin crucially behind Nico Rosberg. I say crucially, but behind Massa and Grosjean here. We got past Massa, but Grosjean's going to box us in. Oh, contact there with the rear end of Grosjean. Massa still on our outside. Rosberg has managed to get 3 cars between myself and him. Going to try and set up Massa for a cutback here. Oh my god, Massa's way too close to me than what I expected. Going to get better traction than Massa though and get past him. Massa is on the super softs, and we managed to stay ahead of him for the time being. Here comes Massa though. I've got DRS. But he's also got DRS. Here we go. There's going to be a drag race into the braking zone. Who's going to have the biggest balls? And I'm going to try and go around the outside of Massa here. Oh, just going to squeeze him onto the apex and get the move done there. A bit of a corner cut there, but Massa's going to have DRS on me again, I think, unless I picked up DRS from Grosjean. Let's wait and see. Yes, we have got DRS off of Grosjean, so we should be okay to defend from Massa now into this braking zone. Right, we've got Massa right behind us here. I'm going to crank up into Rich Mix, and he's going to have DRS, and Lewis Hamilton's right behind him. I'm going to go defensive early here, make sure I force Massa to the outside. He's so much faster, and I'm going to try and outbrake him here, take the inside. Even though I just passed Massa, the straight line speed that Williams is from DRS is absolutely disgusting, so I have to try and keep behind me here, which I have done. And now I'm going to stay in Rich Mix to try and pull out of DRS on Massa and pull out a second gap, which is crucial. Okay, it looks like Raikkonen has come into the pit lane. Rosberg's trying to take the race lead, and I think the top 3 will be pitting at the end of this current lap now, lap 20. We're all going to pit, so things are going to get really tasty by the end of this lap. Raikkonen is still a threat to win the race. Here comes Lewis. I think we'll be okay to defend from him here. He's going to go to the outside. I should be able to outbrake him just about, match him into the braking zone. Take the inside line and just squeeze him out, make sure he doesn't get past us there. Hold that for now. There we go. Okay, that will do us nicely. We're really going to keep Lewis behind us, especially if we can't pass and overtake Kimi, which will be crucial. And I'm now going to go back down to standard after all those laps in Rich Mix, just to try and catch Rosberg and keep Lewis behind me. So I was really pushing that stint, and I haven't gained as much as I'd like. Now, here we go then. Into the pit lane for the final time this race, taking it nice and aggressive here, trying to push as much as I can into the pit lane. Rosberg's in the pit, as is Lewis Hamilton once again. We've managed to pull out a little bit of a gap to Lewis, and I don't think Lewis will get held up as bad as last time. We do hold up Rosberg a little bit though, which is good for us. So Rosberg is right there. Now the question is, where is Kimi Raikkonen? He is going to be the game changer. Lewis has been held up massively in the pit lane, so he could be pretty much out of this race. There is Kimi right there, and he's going to come out ahead of Rosberg. So hopefully Kimi holds up Rosberg for me. But now the question is, I don't really care what happens in the race between Rosberg and Kimi. As far as I'm concerned, I can finish in 3rd place, and that makes me the world champion. So right now, I'm in a very comfortable position. Unless Lewis catches me and overtakes me, which could happen considering he's been stupidly fast all race, I'm going to be world champion. So I just got to keep it on the black stuff, take it easy, not make any mistakes, and bring it home. Okay, bad news, guys. We are struggling. That was the first lap I did without Rich Mix, and I lost over a second to Rosberg and over a second to Hamilton. Right now, Rosberg is really starting to feel it. He is mounting a charge on Raikkonen. As you can see on the minimap there, he's right on the back of him, and Lewis is catching me thick and fast. So we might have to do some frantic defending in the last couple of laps. Oh no, it looks like Rosberg has passed Raikkonen. As you can see in the top left-hand corner of your screen, Rosberg and Raikkonen are battling it out for first place. That is not good for us. We need Kimi to hold on, so the longer Kimi can hold on, the better. But it looks like Rosberg has actually taken the lead of the race. Kimi has not been overtaken him into the next braking zone, so Rosberg is in the lead. So right now as it stands, we are still the world champions. However, if Lewis Hamilton overtakes us, it's all over. So we've got 2 huge laps coming up right now. Alright, this is crucial now. Lewis is right there. He did actually get DRS done the first half of the straight. I'm out of rich mix, so I'm defenseless. I've got standard. This is all I got. And here comes Lewis now. He's got DRS. I think we should be okay into the braking zone here. Just going to brake nice and late. Make sure we don't spin out. And Lewis is behind us. So all we've got to do is keep Lewis behind for one more sector. And we've got this. I think this is it. Here we go then. There is 2 corners left. Lewis is there. Rosberg is going to win the race. But I couldn't care. Because here we go then. Through the final corner. And we're going to win the World Drivers' Championship across the line. And there we go. We have done it. And I think we win the title by 1 point. So absolutely fantastic here in Abu Dhabi. We've won finally. And there you go. Official confirmation. We are the World Drivers' Champions. Absolutely fantastic result in a Force India. Get in there, my son. Fantastic. And as you can see, we are absolutely thrilled with it. And Rosberg on the podium there. Fair play to him. A fantastic season from him. He gave me a good run for my money. But I was able to just withstand the pressure, come out on top, and win the Drivers' Championship. And as you can see, there we are lifting the trophy. But that is more than just a third place trophy. That is just victory right there. And Kimi Raikkonen, very impressive second place. Also, honourable mention for him. He had a really good race here. And Lewis Hamilton almost pushing me to my breaking point. So really tough race. I wasn't the fastest on track. I don't think I could have actually matched Rosberg for pace, so I really needed to just keep Raikkonen and Kimi at bay. But as you can see, looking at the final race results there, the top 3, as you guys already know, with Lewis Hamilton in 4th, Vettel in 5th, Valtteri Bottas in 6th, Danny Kvyat in 7th, then Ricciardo, his teammate, in 8th. Our teammate Sergio Perez picking up points in the last race of the season there in 9th. And then Felipe Massa all the way down in 10th place. I don't know what happened to him, but he lost a lot of positions, probably because of that crash with NASA. But overall, a fantastic race. And if we look at the drivers' standings for the final time this season, as you can see, we win the World Drivers' Championship by 1 point over Nico Rosberg. So Nico Hulkenberg prevails over the other Nico. And Kimi Raikkonen actually get a 3rd place in the end. So he beat Lewis Hamilton to the 3rd place. So a really good championship there from Kimi Raikkonen. And then our teammate Sergio Perez making it into the top half there into P12. So a good season from him as well there. And looking at the constructors for the final time, Sahara Force India take 3rd place. So a really good performance there from Force India, from both myself and Sergio Perez. And we managed to beat Williams and Red Bull for 3rd place. So a really good constructors result there. But nevertheless, guys, that has been the finale. And if you have enjoyed it, then please do smash that like button down below. And if we could hit 80 likes for this video, that'd be absolutely incredible. And I'd love you guys to death if we could do that. And I really want to thank you guys for the support on the series throughout the entire season. And overall, I just want to say a couple of things. So first of all, if you don't follow me on Twitter, guys, and if you're new around here, then please do follow me on Twitter at Tom97HD. Description, link in the description down below. And also, if you want a partnership for yourselves with Freedom, which is a network that I'm partnered with, there's also a link down there in the description down below. But nevertheless, guys, if you want to subscribe to my channel, also that'd be greatly appreciated, as I'm closing in on 3,000 subscribers, and it'd be absolutely epic to hit that milestone very soon. But nevertheless, guys, that's about it for this video. I've been Tom97HD, and from the final time this season, goodbye.